Hello, in this video I'm going to show how to relate geometry in a Part Studio in Onshape, and we're going to start from simply relating to sketches to using a variable, and we're going to get to the part where we'll configure the existence of some parts, and also add a variable as a configuration variable, and add some limits to it. So I started from a model that I found on public library that belongs to Andrew. I just opened the public library in Onshape and searched for S4S, and I found this that could be the start of my project. So it belongs to Andrew, the original model, and I just added um, for this a tail and some front ailerons, and we're going to configure the angles of these two. So first, what I will do first will be edit the front sketch, the sketch of the front, and I have this dimension here, that's 30, and this is the dimension of the axle of the aileron, and I'm also going to show on the tail. I have pretty much the same dimension defined for an axle between the um, starting point and the end point of the circles. So first, what I will do first will be to unhide one of them. I want to control them from here. So I want this to be the leader and this to follow. So I'm going to edit the front sketch. Simply delete this dimension as it's not needed in this case. And I will just add a parallel constraint between this center line and this one. Of course, now the sketches are going to follow each other. So when I will change the value of the tail, let's go for 30 degrees. Of course, that this aileron will follow. This is usually not the case that you want, because you usually want a different value on the front and a different value for the back of the car. So a very easy way to add a variable to your model that you can use in another sketch is to simply replace the dimension with h tag, and we'll actually pop this add new variable. I'm just going to click it. It recognizes as an angle, and I'm going to name it tail angle. Okay, and now I have it here. And what I can do is also add the same variable on this other sketch. So I'm just going to delete the parallel mate that the parallel constraint that I added earlier, and add again the dimension. So but this time the dimension will not be a number, it will be a relation to that variable. So it will be, and I'm going to type here hashtag tail angle. Let's go for plus 15 degrees. I need to add the units as well. Otherwise, it will not be able to add a number to degrees. And now you can see it changed to 45. And of course that I can change this parameter from here, double clicking it, and let's make it 10. And okay, now it changed. So you can see the difference between each other. Another really cool thing is the configurations, and this is very well documented in our learning center. You can find it in the learning center. I will also post a link in the description of this video. So I'm going to open the configuration panel and I'm just going to add a variable, but you can also add a list of dimensions. If you have, for instance, different type of wheels of different diameters, you can choose which type of wheels you are going to place on this chassis. You can also use checkbox, and we're going to use this to make uh, this allowance be visible or exist or not on the chassis, or sorry, on the shell. And in this, the first thing that I will be using is a configuration variable. I'm going to name it the same as the other one, as I'm going to delete the other one after that. So tail angle. If you are using configuration variables, you can also add a default. So I'll add the default 5. The minimum will remain 0, and the maximum will be, let's say, 40, as I don't want to make the angle larger. Sorry, it was supposed to be an angle. So it will be 5, 0, and 40 degrees. Okay, I don't want this to go, even 40 is a very, very big value. Okay, now I'm going to simply delete this one. And you can see that my geometry already changed because it's now using this tail angle. And I can simply add here 30, hit enter, and there we go. The geometry will follow this variable. The variable is here under configuration, so it's no longer in the under the features, and it's very, very easy to find. Uh, Another really cool thing is that if I'm trying to add something more than the maximum that I set, for instance 50, it will turn red, and if I hold my mouse on it, it will tell me that the values can be between 0 and 40. Let's add 15 for now. Okay, so this is about adding the variable. But now let's add another configuration that will allow us to control the existence of this front ailerons. So I'm going to add a checkbox this time. It will be named, let's name it flaps. Okay, I'm going to press the configure feature, and now I'm in the configure feature mode. So I'm just going to select all the things that I want to be no longer existing, so to be suppressed by this um, on and off function. So it will be the sketch. Of course, the sketch could remain, but it would be invisible. The extrude, the fillet, and of course the mirror, because there will be nothing to mirror. I'll just hit done. Now I will just untick the boxes for the unsuppressed value, so for the off value, and now let's test it. So I have it here now. Of course, all your configurations can be here, are shown above the features, and I can turn on and off the flaps, and this will not affect my tail angle. This can actually be set to 25, and it changes, as you can see. And if I'm turning on the flaps, of course the value will be correct, will be that 25 plus what I added um, to that. I can check that very easily by selecting these two. It's 40, so it's 25 plus 15. Okay, again, you will find more information about this topic in the description. You can find a lot of really interesting content under the Learning Center. So enjoy Onshape. Thank you.